I hear all the time from people that want to know, what is my purpose for living? How can I find out my purpose? Why are we here? What should I be doing with my life? All those kind of questions. The purpose of life is, simply put, having fun with intelligence while enjoying the gift of awareness. And all of this is through the enhancements of curiosity, being curious, inquisitive, in search of, yes, the redemptive qualities of wisdom, which comes from the counsel of the Creator, from the counsel of creation. It's to advance, to become more in life, to keep moving forward. When we align our beliefs with the purpose of life that I just laid out, we become like a sequoia tree, which can live in the natural world for 2,000 to 3,000 years. But the thing is it grows continually without stopping until the moment it dies. Well, we too, just like that, we can advance to become more until the moment we leave the natural without stopping, without treading water, so to speak. But unlike the sequoia, you see, we advance by choice, by belief, and that is the highest form of life. Our lives become more abundantly alive as we press into this purpose. When we align our purpose with that of the universe, we do this every day. It comes by putting pressure on it. It doesn't just happen to us. You've got to want it and desire it. But let's talk about aligning with our genius of purpose for a moment, because this is where we begin operating intentionally on purpose to manifest the life that we should choose to live. In spite of the fact that physics and psychology are usually considered as being unrelated, in the last century, both of these disciplines have led at the same time to revolutionary changes in the Western part of the world, an understanding of the cosmic order, discovering the non-empirical realm, that's the non-tangible, at least the part you can't experience through the senses. That part of the universe that does not consist of the material things, but it still consists of forms, thought forms, which in relative to itself is just as real as the empirical forms around us. But now these forms, they are real. Even though they are invisible, they still have the potential to appear in your life, in the empirical world, and for us to then act on it. And we present all these kind of arguments that force us to believe that, the empirical world is an emanation out of a cosmic realm of potentiality, whose forms can appear as these physical structures in the external world and as the archetypal concepts in our mind. So we're talking about creating a life from the things that we think about, that we imagine continually and continuously. But now we get down to the crux of, what do we really mean by genius of purpose? And the genius of purpose within every single living human being is a boundless expanse that's just full of unprecedented, as it is now, uncertainty, with apparently no inside and no outside. There's no above, there's no below, there's no here, there's no there. There's not any kind of, this is my possession or yours. No, there's no good or bad in that place. It's just life source. It just is. And so this is the place that we begin as a kinetic believer to operate from every single day, without identifying with the forms of the mental constructs of condemnation, any of those things. So every morning when a KB awakens, we begin all over again. We start all over by first aligning with the essence of life, the genius of purpose. Genius being your own particular articulated purpose, reason for being, your tacit of creation, which is unique and one of a kind. So by aligning the thinking part of ourselves, thoughts, and our words with our actions, with that essence of being, and then moving with the harmonics of this balance with an awareness, a sense of awareness, which is then in alignment because we put in the work to do this, with that of the expanding universe, which is the unconditional favor of creation. The most powerful benefit is that we receive wisdom. It doesn't come from us, it comes through us. And not to be confused with knowledge. Look, wisdom is the ability to receive information from around us. It's that intuition that just you know and not quite sure how you know, but it's coming through you and to you. The information of then reports, information, data from the world around us, off the internet, television, wherever you're getting it from, telephone calls, whatever. The wisdom to judge that information soundly now changes your perspective on how to deal wisely in the affairs of the world. And then to think positively in relation to that information, rather than being led into a negative way of computations and discerning it. To talk positively in relation to the information, not to allow it to turn you and to speak negatively or to align your thoughts with a way of negative thinking. But then to act positively in relation to the information that you're receiving in the natural. We do this with wisdom, which comes from the purposeful kinetic belief attitude through the law of attraction. And we're able to select the right course then for whatever the particular needs are that you're calling out for today. Something, we will know how to do what we want to do when it's time to do it. And this is the process. And the law of attraction, look, it's not a respecter of persons. It's not just for those that are the 1%ers or the super athletes or those that are showing up as some kind of a mega or superstar or any of those things. No, it is a respecter of kinetic energetics which you possess. And it's part of the vision, or I should say the expectations that you begin every single day with, that you have right now in your life. And all of this is just a belief that you are, by choice, adhering to regardless of the news, regardless of what anybody else says. Anybody can change anything by changing their perspective. And this is the way of how we experience our lives. And this is the way of creation, actually. It's the way of advancing our mind and advancing our physical bodies, advancing the soul while it's having this natural experience toward the perfected completion that already is. But see, the thing is, unlike the sequoias, unlike the flowers, you get to choose. You have a chooser. And by choosing to move toward the good thing that you are attracting, as though it's already done, this is how you manifest. And all of the world's thought disciplines, they all agree on this one thing, that if a person thinks they can, they can. If they think they cannot, they cannot. They don't all have the answers. They're not all quite sure why it works this way, but it is the way that it works. Religions, in fact, both of the East and the West, they'll all tell you that, whatever you ask for, and if you do it without doubting, you just put the request, put the petition out there into the universe, well, it's going to be done for you if you're not doubting. In fact, quantum physics research has even revealed that, your belief, which has substance, it comes from your genius that's within you, which is first subjective because it just belongs to you. And those archetypes are made up of particles of energy. Even though it may just be a thought form, something in your mind, it's still real. It's tangible. In fact, it's more real than what you can see because all things that you can see come from this place. And they're constructed either from negative energetics or positive. So, look, the alignment of your energetics, that's what's going to attract the same substance from the universe around you by choice. Positive energetics lead to expanding life, and negative thoughts will always lead to the diminishing life. Charles Kettering said that I'm not interested in the past, I am interested in the future, for that is where I expect to spend the rest of my life. However, something? The rest of our lives, which includes beyond this present experience, is spent in this moment. The present moment right now is the rest of your life. It's all there actually is. And we are always in control of our response to the present moment. Live your dream for your perfect body. Imagine to experience it now completely and totally, and it will manifest into your moment. And when you catch yourself going negative regarding your health, regarding wealth, relationships, whatever it is, hit the brakes. Don't go running down that road with those negative thoughts. Change your thoughts according to your highest expectations and perspective for your best life. Speak the thought forms. Write them down. Speak it. Say it out loud. These are your affirmations. When you have attuned yourself to your within, this is the lens for living. And remember that you can imagine yourself to be whatever you want to be. That is your reality. And anything that does not agree with what you've chosen to be your reality, whatever it is you imagine, that's showing up now to challenge you. That's all it is, to try to get you to change your mind. Choose your best imagination. And excuses, all of those things that are trying to get you to settle for something less than what it can be, they'll just melt away. Stand your ground for your best life, for healing, perfected health. Stand your ground for prosperity. Stand your ground for joy and happiness. Make up your mind and stand your ground. Because, look, this isn't going to exhaust you. It's not going to deplete you. It's far easier to not be moved and resist those obstacles when they show up, just like gremlins, and they'll flee from you. And when you've tuned yourself to your inner genius, the perfected version of yourself, you will attract everything you need for that dream to be your reality. This is the universal law of creation. All of creation in your life is within you right now. Say this out loud. Say, I am grateful for all the wonderful manifested blessings in my life. I wake up each morning ready to experience myself. I attract positive circumstances and positive people into my life. I believe in my inner genius and my own willpower. I believe my journaling attracts my mindset, attracts my vocabulary, and aligns my actions to attract more health into my life and more wealth into my life. All my desires are manifesting before my eyes, and they're good. My life is filled with joy, and it's filled with abundance. I am a living, breathing magnet for abundance. Every day, I visualize my ideal life, and I kinetically believe it to manifest. I have within me right now the power to create my reality. Sending out much love and light to all you KB creatives all around the world.